So this is the basic API tutorial, and what we're going to do is go to our game, go to the API scripts, and then we're just going to add two simple ones. So it warns you it can break your game, so you should be a little wary. Don't just add a dozen of these. We're going to come down and find the ones I particularly like. So 5e, resting in style, that's a great one. And it's just this. It's short rest, long rest, right? Exclamation mark, long dash rest. So let's add the script. Right, there it is, added. So let's go to the next one. This one's harder to find. Token dash mod. Let's just search token. So everything with the word token, and it's down to the token ones. And token not, marker, lock, condition, this one, token mod. This is a great API. I'm going to add it. Bang. And if we click on it, this one, it's giving you some, it's got a lot more than this one. So this one, there's really only two things, and that's what it's going to do. It's going to show you states. These are all 5e Dungeons and Dragons that we're dealing with. This one will explain that there's more to do, but I'd like to get the help because there's too much to show here. But it does have a great help in game. So let's go to our tutorial game, and we'll launch it. And we can see how we use this. So I've already got the bits set up here for using it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to say you don't see his name, his health bar, or his nameplate. So let's look at the rest one first. I've got that set up there. So let's open up our character, and I've got this character Bishop. He is a cleric rogue, I think. And let's say he's cast some spells. He's had a big day. He's really used a lot of them. We'll go to his core here. We'll say he's on 12 hit points. He's had a savage one. He's used both of those. Big day for him. Right. Just while we're here, it's not really API, but we're looking at it. These are the traits. Sorry. Those are his traits. And so I put those up there as well, but I don't. If you notice, so his trait versus ideal is, trait is I lie almost about everything, so having word trait up there isn't going to really help me as to which one that is. However, having lies a lot, I can just click that, and he lies at almost every opportunity. He's also a coward, owes his mentor, and he wants to be someone someday, right? He's going to make something of himself. Okay, let's assume that Bishop here has found a place to hide and rest. So I'm going to click rest, and I've got a long and a short. So if I was to do a short rest, it tells me that I'm down 42 hit points, and his channel divinity has gone from 0 to 2, and I should consider using my hit dice. All right, so let's say that he does. Right, that was grand. So what did he get there? 12, 15. So I'll click in here and go plus 15 to get some more hit points. And then later on, he managed to long rest. Oh, before we do that, let's just go in and see his character. See those changes. So he'd gotten that back, but he's still out of spells. But now, if he was to long rest. Right, so we regained the hit points, got the spell slots back, and if I'd used them, I don't think I'd set the, yeah, we can see that those are back. I don't think I'd set these down but if he was to take a long rest, boom, he would regain those hit dice as well. And so it sort of goes through and clears those things. I think it also, if I ticked that and told you that I wanted to rest, yeah, bless fades, and it unticks it. So that's pretty cool. And how do we do that? Right, well, let's go over here and look at this little macro. I like it. You could just have this exclamation mark short rest, right? But let me just copy that. So you could just have one button, short rest, and one with long rest. But this question mark, what this allows you to do is to give yourself options. So question mark and then some squiggly brackets. Type of rest is the question, and then a toolbar. Toolbar's the character above the backslash. And so then so now we're bringing in options. And our option is short, comma, and then what we do on that, and then another tool. So we move to the next option, and we've got long, comma, and the result of choosing long. And that's it. And then you get a little drop down. Type of rest, short, long. Perfect. So, in another video, I'll look at those sort of character ones, but we are focusing on APIs. So, I've already set this up to have dynamic lighting, and let me just remove the light of him. And what we'll do is we will come in and rejoin as player. And Bishop here, I'm also the player for him. So we're loading up. Yep, there's Bishop, and so I can see Bungle's name and his health bar, but I can't see this guy. And if you import or sort of buy modules, quite often when you drag a monster out, it's like that. It might have its name, but generally it doesn't have that health bar, which isn't very effective. So let's go back as a GM. So that resting, short, long rest, that was just this rest in style. Now we're looking at the mod help token mod. So let's click on that. These are all the things you can do. So you can flip tokens, rotate them, add stuff to the bar. I mean, you can affect just about anything with the token. Right, huge list of examples there. Right down to putting on status markers. Right, it's massive, huge help. So there's a lot you can do with this, and what we're going to do is some real simple stuff. We are going to fix that token from having its name and health bar. So it's showing its name, and if we were to jump back, rejoin as player, we'll see that I can now see his health bar and I can see his name. Perfect. And how did I do that? Just with a series of macros, right? Here I've added them. So let's look at the fixed token. It's a single line, although when we look at the help, it looks like they sort of do them. They like to set off that example. Where was it? Yeah, so he's used double squiggly brackets to create a big list, which is probably a really nice way to do it so that it's really clear if you're doing a bunch of things. Here we go, you can use and then span multiple lines with your commands for easier clarity. Yeah, it sounds like a great idea. It's not what I've done. Note, you can use the toolbar anywhere and use the hash instead. Sometimes it makes macros easier. Yeah, and so let's look at what I've done. I've done the exclamation mark token mod. That's what I'm doing. And then I'm doing a set, -- set. And then I want to show the players underscore bar 1. Toolbar yes. So that's what I'm doing. So show players bar 1 set to yes. Space. Show name toolbar yes. So those are the two things. We want to show the bar and show the name. That's it. And that's as easy as it is. And so over in here, if we tick that in the bar, it shows up down here, and I can choose a color for it. and we're away laughing. So let's look at what the other ones are. I've got remove light. So again, I could probably technically put this on a single line, or do that squiggle bar, right, and have a series of them. But so I've got set bright light distance 0, low light distance 0, and emit bright lights no, and emits low light no. So I've set the distance of the light to 0, as well as told it that it's not emitting it. And so if I click on this guy, shoom, no more light. And then if I wanted to add light, and I've got the same sort of thing, setting the bright light to yes and the low light to yes, and then I've set 2 distances of that. And I will, of course, put this in the description of the video, these scripts. And so that just means I could add a torch. Some people I play with, they like to add a sort of a resource here, just a token that's a torch, and it has light, and we can drag it out and put it here, which is great, but then it means I have to carry it around. I mean, you could do the same thing to give night vision, right? Like say someone has suddenly got night vision, a character does, and so I could click on him and add to that token the ability to see in the dark. But at the moment, we've just done remove light, add light. And this last one is add name. Say I've dragged out a bunch of skeletons. I want another skeleton, another couple of skeletons here, but they don't have any names, right? So that's old Stab-a-lot, and that's now Grot. And so how have I done that? I've got this table. It's a small table at the moment, and I've just listed a series of names, monster names. Add Musha. And we'll save that, save the change, and then we've got the add names. Token mod, we're setting the name to yes, right? So we show name till yes, and then the name, and I've chosen to do the table, roll table, random name. And so it's just going to bring up one of those variables. So that is name and then the till. So we're setting name, and we're going to set the name after the toolbar. We're setting it to this, and so it's 2 square brackets, and then one roll of your table, 1t, and then another set of square brackets, the name of your rollable table, and that's it. And so now it'll just randomly choose a name. There we go. Oh, Musha's gone. We've got 2 bungles. Musha, back. That's it. That is some real easy APIs that will save so much time in your game, especially if you're buying modules, because these guys will get dragged out with no health bar and potentially no name, and the players will be like, which one's the wounded one? I can't tell. But if you just click on your token, click fix token, suddenly he'll be able to see. Yeah, see, Spike, he's the wounded guy. That's the one I want to focus on. All right, I hope that helped. I will make some more detailed advanced videos in the future.